Welcome guys, Blackwingboy here with another deck profile, and my buddy here plays Cubic. It's a new deck, so yeah, let's start.
So basically,
Let's go in Maschinen, scheiß drauf. Jetzt kann man cutten. Scheiß Kabelpapier, Mann.
Ist das schon mal Outros?
Nein, du machst kein Outro.
Outtakes, wenn ich.
Er macht kein Outro. So for the monsters, I play 3 times Crimson Nova. It's basically the boss monster in this deck, and the thing is you have to search him in first way if you can, to bring him out as fast as possible. Then I play 3 times Dusa. It's the main search for the boss monster. It's basically stable, you have to play him on 3 copies of that. So 3 times Vijan, the Cubic Seed. These are basically the stables, the basics of the deck. You have to play them on 3 and bring them out as fast as you can. So then for the rest of the deck you play 1 time Buster Gundil, 1 time Indoria Doom, 1 copy of this one, and 1 copy of this dude. It's basically the ladder system in the entire deck. They are as much as bricks on your hand, so you have to keep them as low as possible. It's basically the idea is that you've got this one. This is the 2 stars one. You need 1 seaman to summon him from the field. Then you have to resolve his effect by attacking to get this guy to climb the ladder basically. For this you use the same thing, use his effect, attacks, and then you can basically search this one. And this guy's the other ladder. Yes, fuck. Was heißt Fear auf Englisch? Was heißt Fear auf Englisch?
Fairy.
Fairy. Heißen die echt Fairies?
Ach, Fee.
Yeah.
Fairy,
Ach, Fairy, ja, Fairy, Fairy.
Basically this is the Beast ladder and this is the Fairy ladder, so you can choose one of them. I chose this one because it's going on attack, so they are basically stronger and you need this. They do effect damage, and they just have to attack to resolve them effect. They have to destroy. So yeah. And finally, 3 copies of Summoner Monk. This is basically stable. A lot of guys I see, they play only 2 copies of them, or either only 1 copy. But I prefer to play him on 3 because he wasn't never a brick. It's very rare that I see him on my hand. But if you can use later the Black Rose Dragon to like use some effects, or he is also the searcher for Dusa to get your boss monster out. Last but not least, I play 1 copy of this Birdman. She is basically, there's a combo with Dusa. Like if you summon Dusa, you resolve his effect that he can search you a cubic card. You can pop him back to your hand to use Genix Birdman to summon him again and resolve another time his effect. Yeah.
So this card is not once per turn, yes?
This card is not once per turn. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Glaube ich. Spaß. Nein, das ist nicht once per turn. So.
I mean, this is... What the fuck?
Okay. So to come to the spell cards, I play 3 times Cubic-Archetype. This is also a search engine for this deck. It's stable on 3 copies because either way you want this card to be in your graveyard. To banish it, so you can switch any cubic card you want. So basically the main combo is you summon Dusa, pop this card on your graveyard, and then banish this card to get Crimson Nova. Yeah, so I play this card. The first effect is that you can like get 3 seamen on your grave to boost in Cubic. It's very helpful if you play on the Cubic Kings, like these guys, but not you do not tend to play them like this because it's only an optional. So yeah, then 3 times Cubic Wave. It's the main attack card which boosts your cubics as much as they can in your deck, so you can overrun your opponent. You basically want to use them on this little guy here because they
This big boy.
they double his attack and half the attack of an opponent's enemy. Opponent's monster, and you can like overrun your opponent with 6,000 attack, which is very great in some kind of conditions.
Also, it's monster unaffected, right? Or...
Yeah, this big guy here, I come to this later on, but he's unaffected by other monsters effects, which original attacks are under, so like 3,000 or...
So he has 3,000, right? Under his attack.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Also this card, you can banish it from the graveyard together with a cubic card, so you can place cubic counters on your opponent's monsters so they cannot use their effects or attack. Now more generic cards which I use is 3 times Foolish Burial Goods. These are kind of basically, they take over Duza's task. They do search for you the Cubic Karma card, the Cubic Wave, and some traps you need.
So basically it's foolish for traps and spells.
Yeah, that's right. It's stable on 3 because you also don't see this card that much in your hand, and it's never a brick. The main problem with cubics is that they are likely to being bricky, but the good thing is I try to build this deck like so there's kind of no way you can have really bad bad hand on your
Start hand. Yeah.
start hand, yes. So, but yeah,
It's gonna cut this.
moving forward, 2 times Twin Twister. This card is just good to get rid of your enemy's back wall because traps can stun you very well. So if your ATK combo or TK combo does not come through, you may have a problem. So you need this to remove the back row.
For example, some semi-grade back row or something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So
true.
yeah, it's very important. So then I play card destruction and this little card here because if you get in the situation you've got a bad hand, a brick hand especially, you can use card destruction to just exchange your hand and also drop important cards on the graveyard. You want them.
So the spells and the traps.
For example, yeah, Cubic Karma,
Okay.
which is very important. And this card here to get, like, if you have luck, you have more traps and spells in your deck than monsters, and also those kings cannot be like special summoned that easy. So you can get rid of the half of your deck, so of all the bricks. So you have many effects on your graveyard which you can use against your opponent.
So these two
Train
cards.
of thought.
So these two cards set your spells and traps also to the graveyard to activate them.
Yeah,
okay.
this is very main aspect of this deck.
Okay.
Then last but not least, I've got 1-for-1. This little card and this one. 1-for-1 is very good because you can just search a seaman from your deck. Sometimes the seaman is very useful to build your defense against your opponent.
They can't be destroyed by battle, right?
Yes, they
Okay.
can be destroyed by a battle and got some nice other effects. This is just for the draw power. I might exchange this card because it's not that good to give your opponent 1000 life points in this deck. Because you, the main aspect of this deck is also to get rid of the life points of your enemy as fast as possible. And also this card because it's more like an useful card. It's also exchangeable if you want, but it's, in my opinion, really great to like stun the most of today's decks. So yeah, that's it with the spells, guys. Coming to the traps. The stable one, I play 3 times this trap, Cubic trap, and it's also the last Cubic main deck card we will use. This card, mainly the first effect is useless because there's a summoning condition of your boss monster and you don't want to use them, you don't want to get them on your hand. So you use second effect, they can banish themselves if a Cubic monster leaves the field. So you can special summon any Cubic monster from your hand or the deck, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects in this turn. So this card is very useful also to get your seamen out and your kings. I play 3 times Magical Hat. This card is very funny, no one expects this card to be played. It's also no one plays this card. But in this deck it's actually really good because if you got almost not a good defense, you can activate this card if your opponent attacks, and then you can like get your special spell cards out. For example, like Cubic Karma, which you can send to the graveyard, and Reincarnation.
So you search with this card the spell and traps to set to the graveyard.
Yes, because
well.
in any way, even if the opponent does not destroy them, they still get onto the grave. So it's basically a free Foolish Burial Goods, but better. Like the only condition is that you have a monster and your opponent begins the battle phase.
Oh, cool.
So 3 times, and last but not least, one Royal Decree. It's actually just very useful. It's very nice. You, as I also said, you do not want that your opponent does activate any traps to block you, so against you. So you don't even activate that much traps on yourself. So this card is very useful. You really need this card. You can play it on 3 times, but I would not. Also, one card you can side against a lot of Kaiju decks is the Mask of Restrict. It's a very good card. Neither player can tribute. So this is very useful against Kaijus, as I said, because Kaijus are one of the main problems this deck has. Also against Monarchs or something, True Draco, I think. So
yes, True Draco, True summons as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this optional card. Yeah. So I play at first 3 times Crimson Nova Trinity. That's an ultra boss monster. You don't need to play him 3 times because one time if you got him out, if you manage to get him out, the duel's basically over, so you win. It's an instant win card because it's really hard to get out. As I said, you need to have your trap on your hand, on your set to be played, and also you need 3 times Crimson Nova to be on your hand or your field to resolve this effect. So this card is very hard to get out, but I play it on 3 times because I have anyways too much space on my extra deck. This deck is not based on extra deck, so it's not that important. But if you get him out, it's unaffected, I think, by any card effects. Yes, and it's also if this card attacks, if this card declares an attack, your opponent loses half of his life points. This card is very good. It got 4,500 attack, and it can attack a second time, so it's very well actually. Then I've got for the Link monsters 1 Cerovaros, 1 Borolo Dragon, and Trisbanir. Although you do not manage to bring them out at any duel, but I've got them for like plan B if nothing works, because these cards are really not useful in this deck, but if you come to a certain situation they might help you out, because they are like they are just field bombers, like, so these two are field bombers, this one is just if you have to get rid of a monster of your opponent. Yes. Then come to the synchros. Yes, I play synchros. The main synchro is Black Rose Dragon, because you can bring him out with Birdman and Juza or Summoner Monk, and it's just a field bomber, as I said. I don't play any Raigeki or Black Hole, Dark Hole cards in my deck, so I use Black Rose Dragon to bomb the entire field to get free of the opponent's back draw, to bring my monsters out. Yeah. Then I also play one Catastrophe and one TG Synchro guy.
Yes.
These cards are also very rare. You will not see them actually on the field, but these are kind of situation handlers. So this card, he just gets rid of monsters which are not dark. Yes, so you can like overrun anything without damage calculation.
Yes, sir.
One time Castell, one number 101 Arc, number 50 Dark Rebellion Dragon, Time Thief Redoer, this card is very good, and also number 82 Heartland Draco. This card saved me one of my biggest matches, so it was kind of a secret card. I love him. He's very great. He's the last option like you got if your opponent is low on attack points. So
it can attack directly, right? Or...
It can attack directly, yes.
Okay.
Also when you've got Karma on your field, I think. Wait. Yes, if you control open spell cards, for example, you will control Karma, there will be a point. This card cannot be attacked by your opponent, so it's cool. Actually very great. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And that's actually
It's pretty cool.
So guys, that's for the Cubic Deck Profile. Ich will sagen, tschüss sagen.
Nein,
so,
sag nicht
guys,
tschüss.
Du sagst
Halt, film
bye.
doch nicht diese Scheiße.
Du sagst doch einfach bye, Junge.
Tschüss, Harold. This boy, look at this dude. Look at this elderly. Come on.
Nein, okay, chill mal jetzt. Junge. So guys, that's what's... Warte. Okay, so guys...
These nuts.
So guys, that was for the video. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.
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 Nein, das kommt
Dubai. So guys, that was for the deck profile. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe. See you soon.